one of my favorite aircraft in the entire game. I just bought this like a week ago to grind out the Italian tree. No, I did not get it for free. I paid for it. It was on the summer sale, like 50% off. Paid 15 bucks for it, but I bought it specifically to grind out the entire Italian tree. You can see RP 462% and Silver Lions 720%. It is a Silver Lions grinding machine. If you look at my stats, my server's record, yeah, literally almost a million Silver Lions. I don't know how many matches I've played in this, but I've grinded out almost the entire Italian tree in about 2 days. So I have been putting a lot of time into this aircraft. This is a user skin. But yeah, I'll just run down a few things about the G55S before we get into the match. So the thing that makes the G55S so good, in my opinion, is the guns. So if we check these out, they are the MG151s that the BF109s get. I don't remember which BF109. I think maybe the G2. Or maybe that's where its engine comes from. But I know the BF109s do get the MG151s, but they only get one of them. The G55 has 3 of them, 2 on the wings, 1 in the nose. Right there. So its burst mass is very high. You will see in the recordings it just shreds through aircraft. You only have to hit them with a few shots, and it comes with more than enough rounds to get an ace. It comes around 650, I think. The actual airframe is very light, and it has a very powerful engine too. It has the DB engine out of the BF109s. I know for a fact it's out of the G2s. So it has a light airframe, powerful engine. It climbs super great. You'll see right when we hop into the recording that you can pretty much climb to bomber level straight out of the match, which is super nice. Gets you a few kills sometimes, 1 or 2 right off the bat. Really helps with an ace. This thing climbs. It is relatively streamlined besides these 2 huge radiators, but you can WEP all day with those. So that's pretty much a rundown for the G55S. So we'll hop into the match and I'll cover some more. Alright, so we're back in the game, and we've already taken off from the airfield. Just put it in a 20-degree climb, and we basically just headed in a straight line up to almost 4,000 meters. And as you can see, I was right. You can reach bomber level almost every time. I'm going to try to get a few easy kills off these bombers, but there is an F-82 escorting them. Yeah, I switch over to the B-25 on the right because he's not being protected by anything, and you can really see these MG151s just tear his wing off right there. They're really good. F-82 tries to spray at me a little bit. And this plane is like the Italian Spitfire. It is really good at turning. Not so much low speed, but medium high speed. It's really good. Just trying to get the assist off of that guy right there. I immediately put it back up into the vertical. I don't want to waste any of my energy because I need to fight these guys over here, help out my team. And this plane is an energy fighter for sure. You just cannot expect to throw it around and expect to be okay. It does, you can get away with some stuff, but it's not just one of those aircraft where you can just throw around and not really have a care in the world. Yeah, these cannons just shred try to get the assist on that guy as well. And here I am looping back around, using all my energy to loop back around on this guy. I probably actually shouldn't have done that, but there's no other enemies around me, so I just go ahead and die for it. I want this kill, I want this ace, and the only other person I can see up high right now is the P51, and he's coming through. I see him come through at the last second, and make sure he overshoots. There's another P51 coming in right there from the bottom of the map, low altitude. I switch back over to the P47. Switching targets to the best option is something you really only learn to do after you've been playing the game for a while. Being able to let go of a target for a better opportunity. And boom, took his tail right off. These cannons are insane. I mean, that's really like the only description I can give, because I mean, you see it for yourself. You really only have to get a few hits in and the enemy planes just fall apart. Now I am using the universal belts. I normally like being a bit of a tryhard and I go with stealth belts, but more for the raw damage. Universal. Right here I'm just trying to see if they can pin a tank, maybe from the side or the top, but it's not working. Here I'm just looping around. I have practically no energy at this point. I gave it all away in that dive. Now I'm down low. There's three people left in this game. I think I already have 3 kills, so I'm looking to get 2 more. I realize I have no other option but to climb, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And you'll see right here just how good of a climber the G55 actually is. Keep in mind, I'm starting from like almost a 0 energy state, and I'm gonna reach their altitude pretty fast. I'm gonna keep an eye on that P47 above me and just make sure he doesn't sneak up. One thing I really like about the G55 is the ability for it to carry torpedoes. Some matches you get a bomber that just wants to fly into space and you don't feel like climbing for them, so it's kind of therapeutic just to strap on a torpedo and just go kill some ships. And it's one of the only fighters in the Italian tree, I think, that has the option for a torpedo. Maybe another kind of subset, maybe like the G5 has one, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just climbing. You can see the altitude I'm gaining. I'm getting up to their altitude really fast. This thing climbs super great. Now you can get some really insane kills with the G55. That reversal in the intro was beautiful. You couldn't have done it any better. It's just an overall like really well-rounded aircraft. It just fits my playstyle pretty much perfectly. Fits it like a glove. And every War Thunder pilot will come across that, you know, those 1 or 2 planes that just really feel like home. They just really fit like a glove, and the G55 is one of those for me. It's just so good. Fits my playstyle perfectly. For me, it is the ideal plane. You know, if you were talking about tanks, that would be the Object 906, because it's got the penetration, speed, mobility, scouting, everything that makes a good tank a good tank. Now, I mean, what makes a good plane? Good climb rate, lightweight, good pull, guns. It literally has it all. Now, one thing I have noticed is that it does not like damage on the inner wings. This P38 got a hit on him, and I dive away. I was going to try to come back up on him, but I realized the P63 turned around for me as well. Now, it's actually not looking good for me in this situation. P47, P63, and a P61. I mean P38. It is not looking good for me. So I get rid of a little bit of my altitude to gain some speed, and I pull right up back on this P63. He's on fire. I try to get a few pop shots in on him, but it doesn't really work. But surprisingly enough, his fire went out. The P63 is a very capable fighter. It's one of those planes that I'm actually really good in as well. And you can see right there, just shred them with those cannons. It's honestly one of the best feelings. Now, this is something I have noticed about the G55, is that if you're fighting enemy planes that have a higher energy advantage, they got the altitude, the speed on you, then there's not really much you can do. You can use a good roll rate, good turn rate, you know, to dodge them, but you can't do much as in pulling back up towards them. It does have good pull, but it's just, you know, that's might be one of the G55's only weakness. But that's kind of with every aircraft, you know. P38, I think that, yeah, BF-109 goes up for the P38. This P-47 comes along. And those 50 cals just tear him up. Yeah. Thankfully, I had a teammate that was side climbing as well. Takes out the P-38. One thing about the G55 that I've noticed I do not really like is that the two MG151s on the wings run out of ammo before the center one. So it hits around 50 cannon rounds left, where only the center one will fire, and the two wing ones don't fire anymore. As you can see right here, I'm just trying to shoot single rounds off at them, anything to get a hit. But thankfully, my friendly BF-109 had more energy than me and is pushing them towards the ground. P-47, thankfully it's not an M, it's only an N. Most P-47M pilots have no idea what to do, but P-47M is a formidable foe to the G55. You can see right here, I just can't get on him. So I loop back around, try to catch him in the middle of his turn. I just let loose with the single MG151. It takes his wing right off. You can see he's kind of mad about it, but I'm happy with my ace. You can see me type in the chat here. Now, ace matches are not uncommon in the G55. It does happen a lot, especially if you know how to fly it. I might start making kind of different types of videos that really go more into depth of the actual aircraft, like more numbers, more statistics, and stuff like that. But we'll see. But yeah. 128,000 silver lions. That's a lot of silver lions. It's a silver lion grinding machine. So this was the G55, one of my favorite aircraft in the game, and definitely recommend picking it up while it's still 50% off. It's worth it. You'll grind out the entire Italian tree in like 2 or 3 days, no problem. So I'd recommend getting it. It's one of the best props, if not the best prop. 4.7 in the game. So that's the G55, and I'll catch you guys later.